We are in San Mateo, California at Maker Faire 2012. And this is our 4th year here. We've been having a great time doing crafts with everybody. And we're going to show you some really neat projects. And on today's episode, Cindy's going to show us
Rockin' Robins.
This really great little mobile. So let's get to it.
Alrighty.
Today we are going to be using Mod Podge's new 3D designer shapes. And they're these great little acrylic shapes that come in different shapes. And what one are we using today?
We're using the little bird today.
And Cindy's come up with this really cute project. So Cindy, give us the first little step here, what we're going to do.
All right, we're going to trace our little bird onto, you can either use real sheet music or I printed some off of the internet. And I just traced around the top of the little bird. I only need the top. And then I flipped, because it's important that you have one going in each direction. And traced again.
Super easy.
So that's as simple as that.
Okay.
Then we cut those out.
Okay. Now, how did you get that little curve?
I'm going to show you.
Oh, okay. Here, hand those to me.
I'm going to give those to you. All right. We will pretend that these have still got the full paper on them. Okay. I actually used the record. We're using 45s.
Celebrating Mod Podge
45th anniversary birthday. I used the actual 45.
Perfect. It's a perfect curve,
to trace.
isn't it?
It's the perfect curve to trace the arc. Then we used some of their new podgeable papers. They have alphabets, they have patterns, they have backgrounds, they have some amazing ones. And we just tore them out, and I tore out lettering to spell out a few different musical words. This one is dance. And I applied them to the bird first.
Okay, so you just smother Mod
put on
Podge
a layer.
across
I put on a layer of Mod Podge only on the top.
But you want to make sure, because it's going upside down.
Yes. You only want to put it on the top part because this is going to be something different on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you want to make sure you put them face down, or I like to put them this way so I know I'm spelling it out in the right direction. So once you've got that layer on, you're ready to add the rest of your bird. Again, I put some more Mod Podge on, and then the first layer goes face down.
Okay.
On there.
All right.
Then it's time to put our string in that we're going to use to hang it. And this is going to hold your string in.
Okay.
Then I take the string, and we're actually using embroidery floss, so it'll kind of disappear on our finished mobile. And the Mod Podge will hold that in place too. And we're going to sandwich it between the two layers of our bird.
There you go.
So we would put another layer of Mod Podge.
Oh, very smart.
And then sandwich them in.
Very smart.
And put another layer on top.
Okay.
And I let that dry.
Okay.
And once that was dry, it was time to add a little bit of sparkle.
Now, Cindy, show us what the next part is, because I see sparkles.
Yeah, I wanted him to have a little shimmer and shine, yet I still wanted him to be translucent.
Okay.
So I used the Dimensional Magic.
Okay.
And I filled in that blank space that we left at the bottom. With a good even coat.
Okay.
And then I just sprinkled in.
You're just lightly sprinkling.
Lightly sprinkled, because I still want it to be translucent somewhat, and the glitter almost gets chunky in the Mod Podge.
And then how long do you have to let that dry?
I let it dry overnight just to make sure that it was good and dry.
Look at how cool that is. It
has a chunky feel.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's got a really great texture to it. And I'm just going to flip it over so they can see from this side. Oh, look how, oh gosh, it's really sparkling.
It's pretty, and the light will catch it in a window or reflect off of a light in a room. And we just added a little button eye, and that you can adhere with Mod Podge too.
It works for everything.
And then it was time to make the holder for our mobile.
Okay. Now it's time for a little bit of rock and roll. So what we did is we used the paper again.
The same paper, musical paper.
Music paper. Drew a circle 4 3/4 and Mod Podged it down again. And here using
the podgeable papers again, we spelled out rock and roll.
Yeah, this is actually going to be our underneath side of our mobile. Now once it's dried, we're going to go in with a heavy duty punch, and you're going to punch 5 evenly
spaced holes around the edge.
Around the edge.
They're about 1/4 of an inch in.
1/4 inch in. Okay, so we've strung the very first bird, and because it's a mobile, you kind of maybe might need a little assistance to do that, and we're going to string the other 4 birds. So it takes a total of 5 birds to do this project. So go ahead and string them, and we're going to finish stringing and then show you the next step after that. Okay, Cindi has got these all tied, and I did have to hold it for you. Really do.
It's a little tricky.
You do need a partner, but when you tie the thread, don't cut it off, because
just use it to
3 of
extend
them
up.
you're going to use to tie a knot up at the top. And look at how cute this is, especially outside. Look at this. I just think this is absolutely
Rockin' Robins.
It's a Rockin' Robins. And you know what? This is so great because happy birthday to Mod Podge, 45 with the record. And what do we say? When creativity knocks,
open the door.